Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. In this video, I'm gonna review two mineral type sunscreens. And mineral type sunscreens use two different ingredients in order to protect our skin against UV rays. Sometimes in a formula, they will use both ingredients together, and sometimes they will use only one ingredient in order to create the sunscreen. Most sunscreens that we can find are chemical-based sunscreen, and the reason is that it is easier for cosmetic formulator, for chemists, to create a cosmetic elegant formula with those ingredients. When it comes to the ingredients used in mineral type sunscreens, it is much more complicated to create a cosmetic elegant formula, which is why many people complain about mineral type sunscreens, but the reason they are far from perfect is because of the ingredients which are necessary to create mineral type sunscreens. Despite that, many people still look for mineral type sunscreens because they tend to be more friendly for people who have very sensitive eyes and very sensitive skin. You are less likely to break out because of mineral type sunscreens, and your eyes are less likely to sting if you use mineral type sunscreens. There are also some people who prefer to use mineral sunscreens because they do not trust the ingredients which are used on chemical type sunscreens. So as you can see, there are many reasons to choose a mineral sunscreen, but as I said, they tend to have a not so elegant formula. But in this video, I'm gonna show you two sunscreens that can be interesting for some of you. The first sunscreen I'm gonna review is from the brand Dr. Dennis Gross, and it is called the All Physical Lightweight Wrinkle Defense Broad Spectrum Sunscreen SPF 30. I was interested about this particular sunscreen because of the brand Dr. Dennis Gross. For 2 summers, when I was not doing videos on YouTube, I used mineral sunscreens from this brand in the summertime when I was on the beach or under my makeup. It was almost invisible, the texture was nice, and the price was actually not that bad for the quantity of product. And I still have with me the old packaging. So it was this. And because that previous sunscreen worked so well for me, last summer I decided to order it again. That's when I realized that this sunscreen had been discontinued. So I contacted the brand on Instagram to ask them what has happened. They told me that they stopped making this product, but that they made a new product, which is this one. This one has less product in it, so in the end it is more expensive. I asked the brand on Instagram if it was as almost transparent than the previous sunscreen. I asked them if it was good for people with dark skin, and they told me that yes, it should be as good. So I ordered the product. So the packaging is nice, I like it. It comes in a tube, and the packaging is made such a way that you can easily get the product out. I would not say it is that easy to get the product out because you have to pull kind of hard on it, but it is not that difficult. And the tip is like this because the texture is quite thin. So it would not work with a normal tip here. Most mineral sunscreens tend to have a very thick texture. That is not the case with this one. As you can see, the texture is quite thin and when you apply it on the skin, it is quite easy to spread on the skin, which is not easy to find in a mineral sunscreen. The texture feels kind of a little bit oily, but it's not oil, it's just that there is a lot of silicone in it, and that is something that you will notice a lot in most mineral sunscreen. So when you apply it, it feels good on the skin, it is easy to spread, but I would not say that it is easy to blend if you have dark skin. It does take some time to blend on the skin, and when I am done, I can still see that I have sunscreen on my face. The cast is not that bad on my skin, but it is visible enough that I do not feel comfortable going out with the sunscreen on my face. I did watch the footage not long ago, and I realized that with the camera, the sunscreens seems more invisible than it is in reality. In reality, the cast is a little bit more present than what you see on the screen. And also, you have to remember that a sunscreen is supposed to be reapplied. So if I reapply this sunscreen, the cast will be a little bit more visible each time I will reapply it. As I said, it is not that bad. If you have a skin tone that is lighter than me, it can be enough for you, but if you are my skin tone and darker, it will be visible on your skin. Now, for me, when I use it at first, it seems like it is perfectly moisturizing my skin while not being too oily. But throughout the day, I realize that it is too much moisture for my skin type. But at the same time, if I compare it to other very rich sunscreen, it is not as bad as those sunscreens. So if you have dry skin or normal skin type, you will probably love the texture more than me, as I have an oily combination skin. So in the end, it is not a bad one, but for me, it is not a sunscreen that I can repurchase because the cast is too visible. And when I buy a mineral sunscreen, it is in order to wear it at the beach, on a long day when it is sunny in the summertime. So I know I'm gonna have to reapply the sunscreen several times throughout the day, and I won't be able to do it with that one. And also, as I said, it takes a while to blend, so I don't want to be on the beach taking 4 minutes to blend my sunscreen and try to make it as invisible as possible. The second sunscreen is from a quite recent brand, and it is from the American brand Undefined Beauty, and it is called R&R Serum. It has a protection of SPF 50, and it is also water resistant for up to 40 minutes. So this sunscreen also has an interesting texture compared to most mineral sunscreen. As you can see, the texture is quite thin. When you look at it, when you touch it and when you apply on the face, it is not that easy to spread on the face because the texture is kind of sticky. It is a little bit tinted, and I was interested about this product because of 2 reviews that I have seen where the people were saying that it doesn't feel as heavy as most mineral sunscreens. Both women I've seen reviewing that sunscreen are white women, so they were pleased with the finish when it came to their skin tones. Obviously, I couldn't tell with my skin tone, and I didn't see any other black women reviewing that sunscreen yet. Although the tint should have afraid me, I was not that afraid because I've tried the Coats mineral sunscreen and the tint is quite similar. It is just that when you apply it on your skin, it disappeared. It's like the tint is made just to help avoid having a cast no matter the skin tone. But of course I was not sure, so I asked the owner of the brand on Instagram if it was suitable for dark skin, because it is advertised as such, but I didn't see anyone using it, any dark woman using it, and it was the same on the Instagram feed. Now, the owner of the brand is a black woman, but she has a light medium skin tone, which I cannot relate. She made a video on YouTube where she uses that sunscreen, and you can tell that it is not visible on her, but her skin tone is much lighter than me. And also on the video, she didn't use that much sunscreen, and I do apply the recommended amount, and I reapplied throughout the day, so I had to make sure, because this is an American product, so I had to order it from the United States. Anyways, so I was advised on Instagram that it had been tested on dark skin women as well, so I should be good with it. So I ordered it, but it does leave a cast on my face, and the cast is more noticeable than the Dr. Dennis Gross sunscreen. So I have to say I was quite disappointed because I asked first, and maybe I was not expecting an invisible result, because it is a mineral sunscreen and it is almost impossible to find, but I was not expected such a cast on my face, and it takes time to blend. And as I said again, the cast is a little bit more visible than what you see on the screen. So I was disappointed with this sunscreen, but if you have a lighter skin tone, or if you are white, it should be good for your skin. The good thing is that, like other YouTubers have said, the texture is quite pleasant. When you apply it, it seems like it's going to be greasy and too rich, but throughout the day I was surprised to see that it is not the case. And when I looked at the ingredient list, I saw that niacinamide is in the ingredient list, and niacinamide is an ingredient that helps to regulate sebum production. So maybe that's why. So I think that if you have normal skin, combination skin, you should actually love the texture. And also, if you have dry skin, you should love it as well, because it is not drying. You will just have to use a moisturizer first and then use this sunscreen on top. Now, will I repurchase this sunscreen? No, because the cast is too visible, but I will definitely give it to someone that will be happy with it. If you have a dark skin tone and you are looking for a sunscreen that will be almost invisible on your skin, I definitely advise you to check my review on the COTS mineral sunscreens. You will appreciate it. Let me know what you think about this video. Let me know what is your favorite mineral sunscreen, and I will see you on the next video. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.